Argentina is a big oilseed crushing hub together with the States and Brazil in the Western Hemisphere. So they needed to secure the grains, the oilseeds for their crushing facilities.
So today is really cool. With me, I have Cristian Czar. And so Cristian, say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Good to be here. Thanks for the invitation, Dan.
No problem. It's great to have you. It's really cool because you are, well, you're an expert in trade financing, as far as I understand. I mean, you're you got what, something like 30 years in trade financing and commodity risk management, actual physical commodity risk management. So it's very exciting to have you on because I really want to have our audience really I want to dig into that today. I want our audience to really understand what it is, how it works in the real world, because up until now we haven't really had any guests that are really experts in that field, and we do talk about it quite a bit. So it's really great to have you on and be able to dig into this with you.
Well, good. Thanks very much, Dan. Well, I started my career in commodity trade financing in the early 90s, working for Rabobank, the Dutch cooperative bank, who had a rep office down here in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And basically financing the core grains exported from Argentina and its byproducts, soybeans, wheat, maize, etc. And suddenly in 2001, Argentina blew up, one of its recurrent economic and social crises. So I had to reinvent myself. The bank I was then working for left the country, and I joined SGS, the global surveyor, who had a plan to build up the collateral management business under local legislation. So it was good timing, good place, because I had a great brand and good prices for commodities, and I built up the so-called warrants, which is warehouse receipt in Argentina and Uruguay. And within 4 years, we took under custody over 1 million tons of soybeans and maize, mainly. And our clients were not banks, as you can imagine, but the global grain traders, the ABCDs at the time, ADM, Bunge, Cargill, Louis Dreyfus, etc., who were in their second stage of expansion of the oilseed crushing industry down here. Argentina is a big oilseed crushing hub together with the States and Brazil in the Western Hemisphere. So they needed to secure the grains, the oilseeds for their crushing facilities. So they paid in advance to the farmers at the time of harvest for previously agreed prices and contracts. But the grains were kept stored at the farmers or grain elevators' premises. Some of them were the traditional grain bins, the cylinders, the silos, and half of that quantity, 500,000 tons, was stored in what many people in the audience might not know, but it's called silo bag, which is a filled plastic 200-ton sausage containing grains, or it can contain feedstuff or rice or fertilizer, etc. So it was really atomized, both the operations and the risk, which was a new concept. So yeah, I've been at both sides of the counter, banks and collateral management, and then I left SGS, which was my school here. Rabo was my banking school. SGS was my physical commodity risk management school, and I funded my company together with CWT International and Grupo Raso of Uruguay, and we were together for a couple of years. The market got inverted then. The exporters no longer require those services, so I kept my company for 5 years as a solo player with one big client providing collateral management services and insurance, and blah blah blah. Then I moved to the UK for 5 years, managing cocoa beans and coffee beans warehouses in the port of Tilbury for CWT, and then I became a consultant. And I have my own company based in the UK since 2017. And what I do, well, after, as you said, I've been in the industry for 3 decades, and basically the business is the same. I mean, it's logistics of commodities being created in one spot and being consumed in another spot. In the middle, you have to finance that process, and you have to evaluate all the risks involved. So what I do together with associates, we are based in London and in Buenos Aires, and then we have associates all around the world in case we need to cooperate with them. And what we do is we assess companies, farmers, insurance companies, technology companies in physical commodity risk management. Now,